Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to tackle modernizing your abap code, and we're going to do it in just about 5 minutes.
So, if you're an abap developer, you already know the language has been around forever, right? But here's the thing, it has evolved a lot. The real question is, has your code kept up?
I mean, just look at this side by side. The classic way on the left, it's like taking the long scenic route to build a simple table, right? Lots of lines, lots of steps. But the modern way on the right, bam, one single powerful statement. And trust me, this isn't just about making your code look pretty. It's a completely different way of thinking.
So how do you get from that to that? Well, let's dive right in and break down the key features of modern syntax that you can literally start using today.
All right, first up, everyday code modernized. We're talking about saying goodbye to all that boilerplate and hello to some serious brevity.
Okay, first on the list, inline declarations. You know the drill, right? The old way, you declare a variable on one line, then you give it a value on another. But now with data, you do it all at once. The compiler is smart enough to figure out the data type all by itself. It saves you keystrokes and just makes the code so much more direct.
And this same awesome principle applies right inside your loops. You don't have to pre-declare your work area anymore. Nope, you just declare it in line, right where you're going to use it. It instantly makes your code tighter and way easier to read. Even something as basic as reading a line from a table is so much cleaner now. Forget that clunky old read table statement. Table expressions let you grab a row directly with these simple brackets. It's almost like you're just pointing at the exact piece of data you need. And hey, if you've worked with other modern languages, this syntax is going to feel right at home.
Oh, and this one is a real game changer. String templates. Get this. Instead of those super clumsy concatenate statements we all love to hate, you can now just use these pipes and curly braces to pop variables right into your strings. It makes building any kind of output text incredibly clean and just so much easier to read.
Okay, on to our next section, powering up your tables. Now that we've got the basics down, let's get into some really powerful new ways to build and transform our data.
So, at the very heart of all these modern table operations are something called constructor expressions. And what are they? Well, they're basically these super-powered expressions that let you build complex data, like an entire internal table, in one single, elegant statement. And really, you can think of it as a power trio. First, you've got value, which you use to create brand new table content. Then there's for, which lets you transform data by looping over tables you already have. And finally, you have reduce to aggregate data, like summing it all up into one value. The cool part is, these three often work together to replace huge chunks of old-school code.
Okay, let's look at a real example. Instead of writing a whole loop just to fill up another table, you can just use value and for together. See that? We're creating a new filtered table in just one go. It's a totally different approach. It's declarative. You're telling the system what you want, not spelling out every single step of how to get it.
And the reduce operator? It's just as powerful when you need to aggregate data. So instead of a loop with a counter variable, think of reduce like a funnel. You pour an entire table into the top, it does its magic, and it boils everything down to a single value that comes out the bottom. All in one clean, clear expression.
All right, our third section, smarter logic and filtering. Because modern syntax isn't just about data. It also gives us much better ways to handle conditional logic.
Okay, we've all written those monster if-else chains, right? They can get messy. Well, the cond operator is a fantastic replacement. It lets you assign a value based on a whole series of conditions all packed into one neat expression. It seriously cleans up your code and makes the logic way, way easier to follow. Now let's talk performance, because when it comes to performance, the filter operator is a really big deal. It's often highlighted as a key technique for a reason, and you're about to see why. So instead of a loop at where statement, which can be pretty slow on big tables, the filter operator does the whole job in one shot. It just creates a new table with only the records that match your criteria. And this isn't just about looking cleaner. It's often a whole lot faster, especially when you're working with large data sets.
So let's bring this all together. Why does this modern abap stuff actually matter? The crucial point here is that this is about way more than just typing less code.
It's really about a whole new mindset. Your code becomes way more concise and readable, which means fewer bugs and way easier maintenance down the road. You get stronger type safety, And because these new commands are so optimized, you will often see a serious boost in performance. It's a win-win-win.
And believe it or not, what we've just covered, that's really just the tip of the iceberg. The world of modern ABAP is huge. There are even more advanced features out there to explore, like meshes for relating tables, advanced grouping, and, of course, the really big ones, ABAP core data services and managed database procedures for getting the most out of HANA.
Ultimately, this whole evolution is about empowering you, the developer, to build more powerful, more efficient, and truly modern applications on the SAP platform. So, we'll leave you with this question. You've just seen the future of ABAP. What are you going to build with it?